Former City Councilor Eric Novakus is facing charges this morning after a confrontation took place at an Ashland City Council meeting last month. Plus, a beloved Medford bakery has made a comeback after a January structure fire. We'll take you inside and what management is saying this morning.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 o'clock on June 26th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. We're first going to turn over to Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to take a look what our Thursday's looking like.
Good morning. We'll see mostly sunny skies for today in the region. Staying dry across southern Oregon and northern California. Warm this afternoon, but fairly seasonal temperatures for this time of the year. Expect more breezy conditions this afternoon and into this evening for inland areas. Here's a look at your backyard forecast for the Rogue Valley. Up to 86 degrees this afternoon. Winds will pick up out of the northwest, gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Pretty breezy conditions expected not only through the Rogue Valley but northern California, the Basin, mid 80s for highs in our west side valleys, into the lower 80s for that golf game this afternoon for the Klamath Basin. And look for marine clouds and fog to decrease as we go throughout the day along the coast, up to about 65 degrees today for the Brookings area. Notice those breezes picking up later today. Winds will diminish tonight, and then winds picking up again across much of the region for your Friday afternoon. We'll take a closer look at what to expect, though, as we move into the weekend coming up in a bit.
What happened?
He hit him.
Hit who?
He was being racist. He was. It was.
Ashland City
What
Council
happened?
Hall chambers
He
disrupted a
hit him.
city council meeting. A recording of that meeting captured raised voices and accusations of racism. Former City Councilor Eric Novakus is now facing 3 misdemeanor charges for the incident, including harassment, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest.
Hit
He
who?
was being racist.
He was.
It was. Our criminals. That's what I said. I'm digesting.
In the space of the last few minutes, we have had 2 acts of violence that have disrupted the work of this council. One of them was verbal, one of them was physical.
Charges against Novakus were filed a week after the incident, and a formal apology was made during the June 3rd City Council meeting. Novakus is scheduled to appear in the Jackson County Circuit on July 21st for his pretrial conference. And we have an exclusive early look at today's special report, how quick action and smart preparation made all the difference in this year's Upper Applegate fire. NewsWatch 12 Samantha Guerrera went out to the fire lines and saw firsthand how changes by the Oregon Department of Forestry and the Bureau of Land Management helped cut this year's fire impact. It was the same location, same conditions, but very different outcomes. Last year, the Upper Applegate fire burned over 1,200 acres, and this year, less than half of that. Despite nearly identical terrain, vegetation, and weather, crews were able to stop the fire in its tracks. We spoke with ODFW and BLM officials about how early staffing, strategic mitigation, and hard-earned lessons made a major difference.
Fire actually ended up burning through the night, and we didn't get a hold on it for a couple days, and it grew to about 1,200 acres. This fire that we are on today, that happened just almost a year to the date of last year's, and they were able to halt that progress that first night.
Very similar comparison, 2 fires, 1 year apart, and yet vastly different outcomes. ODF says the decision to bring back veteran crews a week early helped shave critical time off their response. Later today in our 4, 5, and 6 o'clock shows, we're taking you deeper into what changed, what worked, and how BLM and ODF are reshaping wildfire response across southern Oregon. And new campfire restrictions will be going into effect this Friday on wild portions of the lower Rogue River. Beginning at midnight on Friday, campfires will only be permitted with a raised fire cam that will contain both of the fire and its residue. Smoking will also be prohibited except when on the water, sand, and gravel bars between water and vegetation. These restrictions are being placed by BLM, ODF, and the Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest. and it will remain in effect until November 30th unless lifted earlier. Happening now, a possible cougar sighting at Eagle Point Park in Eagle Point has prompted police to take extra precautions. Lucas Park is now temporarily closed after someone reported seeing the animal around 7:45 yesterday evening. Eagle Point police responded and cleared the park and searching the entire area along with surrounding neighborhoods. While no animal was found, officers did consult with Oregon State Police game officers during their search, and for now, the park is closed out of caution, and officers say they will continue to monitor the area closely. And new this morning, the Forest Protection and Wildland Firefighter Safety Act, a bill that was introduced by Congressman Doug LaMalfa, has passed the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee in California. House Resolution 3300 aims to streamline the use of aerial fire retardant by removing permit delays in Clean Water Act. The bill says the fire agencies do not need a National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System permit in order to use fire retardant from aircrafts during wildfires. Getting a permit could take years, and forcing fire crews to operate without it could endanger lives and property. And Oregon Governor Tina Kotek signed Senate Bill 916, extending unemployment benefits to striking workers. Under Senate Bill 916, Oregon is now the first state in the nation to offer payment for picketing public employees. Workers will be eligible to collect unemployment after 2 weeks of striking, with benefits capped at 10 weeks. Supporters of the bill say this will level the playing field between workers and their employers, while opponents are concerned this will incentivize strikes and hurt employers. The crews of Klamath will be restricting traffic in several areas beginning today. Let's take a look at some of those closures. Today, one block on Willow Street will be closed between 1:30 in the afternoon and 5 p.m. And on Saturday, Main Street will have closures beginning at 5 a.m. lasting through 9 p.m. for the cruise and show and shine and the evening cruise. For a closer look at these closures, they can be found on our website, ktrv.com. On to the School Watch. Rogue Community College is enrolling students for a free fast-track early childhood education program. The program offers a supportive hands-on learning experience for those interested in becoming early childhood educators or teaching assistants. The program includes free tuition, books, real classroom experience, and more. The program is funded by a grant that will cover tuition and books for 30 students. And two projects worth a total of $2.3 million is bringing solar panels to 2 schools in Talent, which are set to be installed before the incoming school year. Take a look at the progress on the roof of Talent Middle School. This project is scheduled to be completed by the end of the month, and installation of solar panels at Talent Elementary is set to begin next week, with that project to be completed by the end of August. These solar panels will save the district a total of $40,000 annually, and the projects are being funded by an Oregon State Energy Grant. And today, Medford Parks and Recreation is inviting you to Water Safety Day. The event will be hosted by Rogue X and the City of Medford. This is a free family event that will feature interactive demonstrations, safety workshops, and fun activities with essential water safety tips. Medford Police, Fire, and numerous other agencies will be attending. The event will be taking place from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Rogue X. And looking ahead to the 4th of July, Oregon State Marine Board says they're increasing patrols as part of a national effort to reduce accidents and fatalities. The Marine Board, OSP, and Sheriff's offices statewide are participating in Operation Dry Water. Alcohol and other drugs can impair a person's ability to operate a boat safely. The effects of intoxicants can be amplified in the sun, wind, and water movement, and if found operating a boat under the influence, boaters could face jail time, a fine over $6,000, and lose boating privileges.